Hello everyone, welcome to this new video from moonwatchfr. Many of you asked me which homage watch to buy. So as you know, I'm not against homage watches. I think they can be a stepping stone before moving on to ranges. A little more legitimate, a little more premium, a little more expensive as well. But over the years, my view on homage watches has evolved. Today, I don't want to settle for an homage watch, a copy of a reference. I rather want to look for an homage watch that brings something. Original Model Lionel from the Chronoflexion channel made an excellent video on watches. Homage their legitimacy on the very definition of an homage watch. I'm going to present two of them in two different reviews. Today, I start with the THORN Titanium GMT, a watch inspired by the Rolex Yacht-Master, but it brings its share of innovation. As we will see, obviously, the price, it's crazy here, ma'am. And yet we are looking at a watch that is quite impressive. It's not just a simple homage. I'll let you discover it right away. The automatic THORN Titanium GMT watch, a tribute to the Rolex Yacht-Master while bringing its own specialized innovation in watches. Tribute? THORN came into existence a few years ago when inspiration-based watchmaking became popular. But the brand doesn't just produce watches that resemble the legendary references of the great Swiss watchmaking houses. Indeed, THORN designs its watches by integrating new features, characteristics truly dedicated to their watches, and using materials that ultimately enhance the perception of the watch. Thus, the brand manages to design watches with a proven and validated design with additional specifications, all at ultra-competitive prices, as you might expect. I have already introduced you to my Rolex Yacht on the channel, my friends. Feel free to check out the review if you haven't done so yet. And the main drawbacks of the watch were its weight and the issue with scratches since the central link was mirror finished. We will see that this THORN smooths out the flaws while bringing new features that have captivated me. The specifications of this titanium GMT THORN are that it is a watch produced in 2024, a men's watch with a titanium case measuring 39mm in diameter and 13mm in thickness. Inside we find a Seiko NH34 GMT, which offers a 41-hour power reserve. The watch is water resistant up to 300 meters. It has a unidirectional 220-click bezel, a screw-down crown, a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment, and the bracelet. It is also made of titanium, and most importantly, it has a tool-free removable link system, which is amazing. Stay with me until the end, friends, because I was truly impressed. The lug width measures 22mm. Here, we find two complications, namely the date and the second time zone. This THORN Titanium GMT watch features a robust and sporty titanium case. It is known for its lightness and corrosion resistance, which makes it an excellent choice for an exploration watch, a field watch, or a diving watch. The dimensions are 39mm in diameter and 13mm in thickness. So, this is a watch that will mainly suit men with a wrist circumference of at least 17 cm. Next, we have a watch with a diameter of 13mm, a 120-click rotating bezel that allows for measuring dive times. It is graduated over 60 minutes with large raised numbers. We will see that the second time zone will be indicated by the rehaut. I will show it to you shortly. To continue, we have a crown that is screwed down but not signed. That's surprising, by the way. I don't know why the crown wasn't signed. In any case, it is prominent, it is grooved, and it allows for winding the movement. Seiko NH34. To set the time, date, and the second time zone, on the side of the case at 9 o'clock, we find a helium valve. And yes, this watch, water resistant to 300 meters, has a helium valve. It's just crazy, especially when I tell you the price at the end of the video. The case back, okay, on the other hand, is reminiscent of what you find on Rolex watches, as it is made of steel, screwed down, and free of any inscriptions. The dial of the THORN Titanium GMT watch in grey color with a sunburst finish that constantly plays with the light. This dial is very beautiful. I like it a lot. The markers. The hour markers are represented by large indices coated with C3 luminescent material, which allows for good visibility in the dark. The hands we know, all Mercedes Type A hands, are reminiscent of those found on Rolex Submariner, on Rolex Master Collection, etc. The hands have the same treatment as the indices. Painted in blue, the second hand as well as the GMT hand stand out on the dial. And we will note the small touch of color brought by the yellow and white rehaut, which is used for reading the second time zone, since this rehaut displays 24 hours. As a result, it allows for reading the second time zone quite precisely. It's very well thought out, it's very well integrated. Next, we find the date window at 3 o'clock. We will note the presence of the logo at 12 o'clock, while the mentioned Titanium Yacht Exploration Road Automatic on 3 lines is readable at 6 o'clock. Well, that's a lot of text. Obviously, this is a tribute to Rolex, so it's not that shocking. To finish with this dial, we will have a green sapphire that considerably reduces undesirable effects. Once again, I am amazed by this green because we are dealing with a watch that is really not very, very expensive. And the anti-reflective coating is of very, very good quality. As is often the case with entry-level watches, we will find a Seiko caliber here. THORN fits the automatic Seiko NH34 GMT reference, which also has 26,060 beats per hour. It is a caliber that uses 24 joules and has a somewhat low power reserve of 41 hours. But it is renowned for its reliability and robustness. I measured a daily deviation of 18 seconds, which is not outrageous, over about 2 weeks of wear, easy to source. Maintaining this Seiko NH34 includes a second time zone and a date function. It is highly favored by watch brands, especially micro brands, for its price and accessibility. And above all, because it is a reliable alternative to more expensive Swiss movements. So on the wrist, this watch is a delight. Clearly, I find it more comfortable than my Rolex Yacht. First, in terms of weight, and also because of the sandblasted brush effect of the titanium, which I love. I'm a big fan of titanium, as you know, my friend. And obviously, I appreciate its lightness, which fully contributes to the comfort of this watch. The bracelet is of the master type. We have a fairly good quality deployant clasp. I must admit, the deployant clasp is marked with the brand's logo. This clasp features a micro adjustment, but you'll see that what amazed me about this bracelet is not the micro adjustment of the clasp. It's the ability to remove the links without needing any tools. By the way, when I received the watch, I had to ask my friends on Discord how you remove the links because I couldn't find any screws or pins. And actually, you'll see, friends, it's very simple. You just need to take the side part of the link and pull it. And there you go, and you'll be able to slide it. And it's absolutely brilliant, of course, to put it back. You do the reverse, but it takes 2 seconds. I'll show you again. Honestly, this system amazed me. I find it remarkable. How easy is it right now? I can remove the watch link without needing any tools. Afterwards, I don't know how this type of system will evolve over time. In any case, I find it absolutely brilliant. Once the watch is on the wrist, you quickly forget the 13mm thickness. It's slightly thicker than my Rolex on the Master. But on the other hand, it's much lighter, and that's an undeniable advantage for this titanium GMT watch. Obviously, if you don't like the titanium bracelet, you can replace it since the lug width is standard and measures 22mm. We do note, however, that there is no quick release system, but it's not a big deal since THORN provides suitable tools. Let's be honest, friends. The packaging is not the strong point of this watch, but it remains adequate for a watch at this price. The watch comes in a small black plastic box with a THORN sticker, and the Chinese reference is of the watch. It's a minimalist box, but it protects the watch properly since the inside of this box is lined with protective foam for the watch. The watch is, of course, placed in the middle, and we also find a small user manual. Very basic but well made. In the end, it's sufficient, and a tool that allows you to remove the strap from the case. If you want to put on another strap, of course, you'll find the additional links, which are great. With this system I just showed you, which is simply incredible. Regarding the price, THORN positions itself as a serious competitor to entry-level brands. And I must say, by the way, that I have rarely had homage watches of this quality. And I'll even tell you that I consider this titanium GMT watch not really an homage to the Yacht-Master because of the bezel, which obviously resembles it. Why, you ask? Because we have a GMT caliber, something that the Rolex Yacht-Master doesn't have. Oh, then because we have a bracelet in titanium, which is amazing, both the clasp and the links. Next, we have a helium valve that allows for water resistance up to 300 meters. In short, this titanium watch offers an excellent quality price-pleasure ratio by bringing in appealing innovations. And the price, let's talk about it since this watch is sold on the official THORN website for less than 185 euros, my friends. Yeah, 185 bucks for a watch like that, it's astonishing. Honestly, it's astonishing. Obviously, I'll put the links in the description, so feel free to take a look if it pleases you. THORN brings additional features to proven watch bases. With this THORN Titanium GMT inspired by the Yacht, THORN proves that it's possible to design good automatic watches at reasonable prices while still bringing some interesting innovations. Let me remind you, GMT Valvylium Titanium Bracelet with interchangeable links. THORN brings additional features to proven watch bases. And with this THORN Titanium GMT, which is inspired by the Yacht-Master, we'll all come back to it. Baton proves that it's possible to design good automatic watches at reasonable prices while bringing some interesting innovations. For example, the use of titanium, the use of a movement with a second time zone, the addition of a helium valve, the use of quick links. In short, over the years, I won't hide it from you, I've grown a little tired of watches. Homage, obviously, since I added the original models to my collection, I parted with my homage watches. But this titanium GMT still amazes me with its impeccable finishes. Even the titanium is of a cleanliness that some big Swiss names can't achieve. I don't know how these young Chinese brands, emerging brands, manage to offer products like this. It's incredible. Once again, this quick link system, it has completely amazed me, where you have to struggle with your screwdriver and pin pusher to remove a link. Well, they, on a watch under $200, managed to create a system that works like a charm. Moreover, with this titanium GMT THORN offers us a watch that's pleasant to wear, serving as both a globetrotter's watch and a diving watch. In short, a watch for everyday life. So there you have it, friends. My review of this titanium GMT comes to an end. Feel free to give me a thumbs up and leave me a little comment as well. It boosts the ranking. Consider subscribing to our little channel if you haven't done so yet. And I'll see you very soon in another video. Take care, family.